Okay, we're back. In the last episode, we did some of the Ashina outskirts, and we went to Hirata Estate to pick up some of the shinobi prosthetics that we're going to need. And from right here, we're going to go back and pick up the last shinobi prosthetic that we need before we go get them all equipped. You don't have to kill that guy. I just did it for the free money and experience. So we're coming back this way, and this is where we came earlier, where we went down and got our getch and sugar at. But instead of going down there, we're gonna head up here. Sometimes the proc's a little finicky, but we'll talk to this guy.
さよう、死者たちのご冥福のため品を売っておる。見たところあんたも随分と殺しておるな。ご供養していきなされよ。
And I couldn't remember what these guys are called in the last one because, like I said, I'm kind of getting back into the swing of this. It's been a while since I played it, but they're the memorial mob. But this is what we want right here. Robert's Firecrackers. This is probably one of the best prosthetics that you're going to get in this game. So we definitely want to get that. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and just buy these 3 light coin purses. Now, light coin purses, what's the significance of buying these coin purses? Because you get 100 gold from using them, but they cost you 110. Well, the significance is that if you die, you have a chance to lose half the gold that you have in your inventory at the time. But if you buy these light coin purses or heavy coin purses or bulging coin purses, even though they come at a premium, you won't lose half of them. So it's good to just go ahead and just get them. It's going to help you out. And we got a little bit left, so I can just buy one of these. You want to try to buy most of the stuff that you can get. That you can get from most of the merchants in this game. And down here is where all of the guys were that we took out earlier. And while we're here, we're also going to go pick up one more thing, but I'm going to get the free experience. And there's also eavesdrop that we missed earlier. And we missed that because we went ahead and killed these 2 guys up here before we had a chance to listen to it, but I knew we was going to be coming back, so now we'll get the eavesdrop. And we get some information about Lord Ishin, Genichiro, and a guy named Guillermo. You may have also heard a little like alert while they was talking, and what that alert was is that one of them guys that are doing the patrols probably found those bodies. I almost got spotted sitting there talking. You see the little meter above his head was filling up. But let's go ahead and just take this one guy out here. We got some guys coming. We're gonna sneak around. Pretty easy. I mean, even if you can't sneak or death blow them all, they're still not too bad to take out all at once. Obviously, if you're newer to the game, then trying to fight them all at once is probably not a good idea. But let's go ahead and head up here. And over here. And down here, there's like a secret little cave area. It's got I believe it's a bundled Jizo statue. But to get down there, you need to come off here. And you're going to take damage, so you make sure that your health is all the way filled up before you make that jump. And bundled Jizo statue. Now we've got everything, and we can go ahead and just use our homeward idol. We'll go to the dilapidated temple. Talk to Emma just for some dialogue, see if anything's changed.
あなたの体は世の断りから外れているようです。返事あれば私のところへ来てください。わかった。ではまた。
Talk to the sculptor.
戻ったか。
あれは夢なのか、それとも誠にあったことなのか。
さてな、夢かうつつか、わしにも定かなことはわからん。一つ言えるのは、仏様はお前さんの古い記憶を起こしてくださっているだけじゃ。お前さんがどう思い、どう覚えていたか、すべてはそれ次第じゃ。
見るものすべてが正しく起こったことかはわからぬ。
そういうことじゃ。
Alright, let's go ahead and put our new prosthetic tools on. We got the flame vent, shinobi firecracker, and the loaded axe now, and this also will give us access to a new skill tree.
随分と腕に馴染んできたようじゃな。お前さん、これを取っておきな。
Once you've equipped 3 new shinobi prosthetics, he'll give you this esoteric text.
これは
お前さんの牙でどう噛み殺すか、それが書いてある。要は忍び義手を使った戦いの術じゃな。
わかった。
まったく義手の忍び技などもはや無用と思っておったが、わからんものよな。牙の形を増やしたきゃ、せいぜい任具を探すこったな。乗りかかった船じゃ。仕込むことだけはしてやろう。
Okay, come down here, and we're gonna use some of our skill points to upgrade. And the first thing that you want to get, maybe the most important skill in the whole game, is called the Makiri counter. And the Makiri counter allows you to counter thrust attacks from enemies, and it deals a tremendous amount of posture damage. And it's a little tricky to use at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's one of the best skills in the whole game. Okay, we're gonna get that. Now, the main thing that I want to focus on, if I was you, that I would focus on, is to get to right here. And you can see that it's kind of hidden right now. It'll open up once we purchase these 2 skills. But what this here is called is like the breath of life. And what that does is every time you deal a death blow, it'll allow you to recover some of your health, which comes in extreme use later in the game. So that's one of the first things I like to press towards. But we can take a look here. This is for the prosthetic that we just got from the sculptor, for our prosthetic, I should say. And we can see like get chasing slice, grappling hook attack, and some of these are really good as well. But right now we're going to focus on getting to right here. So we're going to purchase the whirlwind slash, and once we get 2, we'll get that, and that'll open up that. But to be able to use the whirlwind slash, and also we've seen that it said that the Makiri counter training is available. So if you're having trouble, you go in there and talk to him, and he'll let you train using the Makiri counter, so that way you can learn how to use it a little better. Okay, so to equip, we can only have 1 combat art equipped at a time. Whirlwind slash is not the greatest, but it is something right now. And to use it, you just press L1 and R1 at the same time like this. And basically, like if there's a group of enemies around you, this will come in handy, but the wind up for it is a little bit too long, and typically when you try to use it, they'll just hit you and knock you out of the animation and you can't use it. So it's kind of tricky to use, but at least it is something. And we're gonna go ahead and put these 2 on for our Shinobi prosthetic. You can switch those by doing this, and now we got the axe. You can see the firecracker, back to the shuriken. All right, now we're going back to Hirata Estate, to the estate path, and this is going to be the path that you're going to take to be able to like farm some souls. And I'll show you the exact path to make it as easy as possible. Come over, jump straight up here, run down here, lock onto him, jump. You have to be careful about this guy. Once they start shooting you with that damn arrow, sometimes they can blast you a few times. Run down here. Take out those 2. Come back this way. If you duck down right here, it'll typically wait long enough to alert him to allow you to get here, be able to R1 spam him. If you don't duck down, sometimes he'll alert himself a little bit faster, and then he'll start hitting you before you have a chance to do anything. But come back here, we're gonna jump down. Crouch before you go in here. And we're gonna take him out. Crouch before you come back out. We're gonna take out the bow and arrow guy first. There's the Makiri counter. And typically you'll know you can use your Makiri counter when you'll see the perilous sign. It'll let you know that an unblockable attack is coming. Okay, let's find these wolves, and then you'll press for your Makiri counter. He's a little bit out of sight. Okay, now as you've seen this time, we was able to take out all 3 wolves with our shuriken. And I don't know why, but the first time you come through here, it only lets you 2 of them, and 1 of them will stay up over there. But after that, you can just take out all 3 of them. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to, but it does help just in case all hell breaks loose. And those 3 wolves, they can be a pain in the ass to deal with when you got a bunch of other guys trying to attack you. But come up here, we're gonna take this guy out first. Lock on to this is the one that you want to take out. the toughest one of all the enemies. See the guy behind us. Come on. You gotta be careful, because if you go too close to him, he'll kick the dirt. You see, like, thrust attacks come in handy for catching guys running in at you like that, especially, or if you're scared to get a little close to him. Because the reason I was scared, like I said, to get a little close to him was because he'll kick dirt, and once he kicks that dirt, you're just going to be vulnerable for a few seconds. So you kind of got to watch rushing in on these guys. But we'll take out all of them, run up here. We already talked to him. Now, this is the way that we need to go to continue. Whoops. Alright, we're going to have to go back. We're going to do it again. I used the healing gourd there on accident, and how I did that. And this is typically the route that you'll run anyway. I won't even worry about taking out those 3 guys up there for now. Come here, finish him off, and we're done. But I switched the buttons on my controls to change my, because it comes pre-installed with being able to change your shinobi prosthetic with the Y button, or be the triangle button. But I switched it before to change it with the up on the D-pad, and then I switched it back to try to see if it's, you know, if I can maybe use my prosthetics a little better. And it's going to take some getting used to, because switching them during combat's kind of tricky with them on your D-pad. And as you see, I mean, they give you a pretty good amount of experience for this stage of the game. And we don't necessarily have to run through the whole gauntlet again, like I like to call it. Now, get your axe ready. This is what we needed the axe for earlier. If you don't have an axe right there, breaking those guys' shields is pretty hard and pretty impossible. So it's good to get the axe before you come up here to try to take them on. Now, you can't just run past them. But here's the shinobi hunter, and you can see him right there. He's the guy with the white hood on and the blue and white robe. But duck down in these weeds right here, and there's a guy, you can see him right there in front of the shinobi hunter. He's a bow and arrow guy, but we're gonna take him out. And typically we won't even alert the shinobi hunter to our presence, but wait for him to walk away, get a little bit further away, and we'll come up behind. Now we are gonna alert the rest of these guys here. Well, maybe not, he didn't see us. But that works out good. But we'll come down. Take him out. Now there's 2 more guys up there, and they didn't get alerted. And we can see the shinobi hunter still walking around like nothing's going on. But we'll grapple up here. I'm gonna jump down, crouch, and be careful not to alert the shinobi hunter. We're gonna take out one of these guys from behind, which is gonna be, once again, the guy with the big pole. He's the hardest guy to take out. Okay, the shinobi hunter's alerted. We're gonna run down here so he doesn't see us. Okay, run back around this way. And the reason we don't want him to be alerted to us is because we want to get a free death blow on him. It's not necessary. You can fight him by taking both of his death blow markers, but it's much easier just to sneak up behind him and take one. Okay, we're gonna wait for him to walk this way. He's gonna turn around. We're gonna go down. And we'll take a cheap shot. Now, this guy is tough, man. He is extremely tough. You have to be able to use a Makiri counter here or be able to deflect a perfect thrust, because he does a heck of a lot of damage for this stage in the game, and he can two-shot you. So you got to be extremely careful. I took him down. Now, he did hit me once, and that was just because he happened to be on the stairs there, and it messed up the Makiri counter, as you've seen, because you got to press your circle button or your B button to do the Makiri counter. So you do it at a certain point whenever they're thrusting, and like that, it'll just sometimes shoot right past them if you mistime it, or if something else is going on, like in that case, the stairs. But we beat him. We got a prayer bead. We grabbed those two things, and now we're ready to go straight through here. Let's go ahead and rest, get our health back. And we can also just go ahead and purchase this. And here's what we want, the Breath of Life Light. And that's going to cost 5 skill points. So it's going to be a little bit before we can get it, but it's worth the wait. Grapple up here, and we're gonna wait for 2 guys to pass. This is a tricky area right here. If you follow my exact path, you can get through okay, but let them walk down a little bit down the hill, because there's another guy to our left that's up there that'll spot us and he'll start shooting arrows at us, so we got to kind of be careful. You can see him, he's right up there. Let's see if I can kind of line it up, almost right above Wolf's head, but he's standing there watching, and if you get too close, you'll alert him and he'll start shooting arrows, and it can get a little bit finicky. So we'll come up here behind here, and we see there's 2 more guys there, but before we deal with them, jump down in the water. We're going to swim all the way to the end here. There's going to be another cart. You can kind of start to see him now. Lock onto him. There we go. Got another scale. Now, grapple up onto this tree. Run through here. Now this next part, you can die right here pretty easily, and it's not uncommon to die, but that's okay. And you can fight this guy if you want, but he's actually an extremely tough enemy, and he becomes one of the regular enemies later in the game, so you kind of learn how to fight him. He's also a mini boss a couple times, but you learn how to fight him. But now's not a great time to be fighting him. And you don't get much experience for it, and you end up getting a scrap magnetite for beating him, which is an okay material that we're going to need to upgrade some prosthetics. But you can see him up there in purple. And there's no way to sneak around. There's no way to do anything. He'll see you once you get close enough. So this is the best way to deal with this guy. Run up here, go to this door, open it. We're going to use the iframes from the door. Go in here, grab this. Go behind here. Keep an eye on him. If he catches you in here... Alright, here we go. If he catches you in here, he can mess you up. Alright, he's just running around like a madman. We're going to try to make a run for it. Alright, let's go. Jump over him. Now run down here and jump off this cliff. Turn around, get ready to grapple. If you don't grapple there, you'll take fall damage. But grapple and you'll be okay. And we're out of there. Like I said, we could go fight him. It's just not worth it. He's, he doesn't give that much experience, and he's a little bit too tough. We're going to try to make this a little bit easier for you. All right, so we got these two guys. We're gonna jump up here, death blow one, kill the other. Okay, crouch back down. Now, this part can get a little crazy. There's probably, let me see if I can count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's gonna be 5 enemies all at once. So you gotta be on it right here. So this is the best way to take all these guys out. See that up there? We're gonna grapple up there, and you can see right next to the grapple point, there's a guy's head. And then you can see another guy standing there. So those are the 2 guys we're gonna focus on real quick. So grapple up. Take him out. Now, take him out first. This guy right here. If you don't, he'll start shooting at you pretty quick. Take him out. Take him out. Now we got one guy standing right there. This is the guy that would have seen us earlier if we'd have got close enough. And we'll just take him out for the experience in the oil. Okay, run up here. This next part can be kind of tricky too. You can see the big guy standing there. Now there's another guy with a bow and arrow that we need to watch out for, because he'll alert the whole party to our presence. And unfortunately we haven't aggroed him yet. You've seen he just kind of appeared back there behind the big guy, and now he's walking. But we need to get him down here towards us. And that big guy, he's tough. He's gonna be hard for you to be able to take on right now. So you want to try to do what I'm trying to do here, because you got the guy with the bow and arrow, then you got 2 guys with shields, and the big guy. Okay, is he not coming? What's going on? Okay, for some reason he's not wanting to aggro. Okay, they spotted us. Just go ahead and jump up here. You can hear the arrow guy winding up behind us. And we're gonna run up here. Let's get down here and take the arrow guy out first. That's gonna make our life a lot easier. We want to kind of separate the big guy and the guy with the shields. You seen he winds up so slow, he could be a pain in the ass to take out. Now, a lot of times, if you want my advice right there, if you alert them like I just did, don't try to fight them unless you're like extremely comfortable in your combat skills in this game, because that big guy will take you out. His delayed attacks and slow lumbering attacks can be a pain in the ass to block. Instead, just run straight up into there, and you'll see where we're going in a second, but we're going to go back pick up an item. But a lot of times, what you can do is you can jump off that, grapple up to there, crouch down, and then you can just come up behind these guys and take them out. But a lot of times they will spot you, so it's just kind of a 50-50 there. All right, come over here. We're gonna come up here and grab this item. Just some dowsing powder. It's not a huge deal or anything. Oh, but I forgot to mention, where we went and ran earlier and picked up that item and the purple guy was there, that was actually the 3-story pagoda that the guy was telling us about whenever we was talking to him a little bit earlier in this area. All right, yeah, if you would have just kept running the way I'm running right here, and you could have just ran in here and it would have de-aggroed him. Because now we're gonna talk to
父上
Father.
お前か不覚を取ったこのわしも置いたものだ手当ては良いこの傷ではもはや助からぬそれより狼よこれを
And he gave us the hidden temple key, which is going to allow us to be able to find
お屋敷の
Kuro.
隠し仏殿の鍵よ巫女様はそこにだがこの火の手じゃ正面からは入れぬ崖外からならばそうじゃあちらから外へ出て崖沿いに進み霊園から回り込めさすれば抜け道がわかりました狼よ忍びの掟は忘れておらぬなはい主は絶対狼よ命を落としてお守りするのじゃ父上
And there we go.
左手へ出て崖沿いに進む永遠から回り込めば抜け道があるお任せください父上
And we can see our father is dead. So grapple up to here. This is the hidden path that he was talking about. We're going to jump down right here. And we're going to jump over here. And over here. Now, if you jump down. Now, this is another area that can get overwhelming pretty quick. So just follow my lead here. And we'll take these guys out as frictionless as possible. Okay. So let's get our eavesdrop in.
屋敷は今頃火の海よ。
ああ抜け出してくるとしたらこの隠しホラーなにちげえねえ
十三様の言いつけだ。ネズミ一匹逃がすんじゃないと。
分かってる俺はもともと大っ嫌いなんだ危なくなりゃ自分だけ逃げ出す今日者がよ
Now, you don't have to even take these guys out. We could run past them, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to take them out. You can see there's a guy right there. We want to take him out first. Because if not, he'll start firing arrows at us while we're dealing with the other guys. Now you see here we got a guy, two guys right here. One guy's got a shield, the other guy's got a pipe. We're going to try to take the guy with the pipe out if we can. We're going to have to run up fast. Take him out. Okay. Our presence has been alerted. Okay. Let's just draw them over here. Take them out one by one. Now we should be able to actually creep around back here and at least backstab one of them. Okay. Now there's going to be one more that's kind of hidden off to the side right here. So if you're not careful, he'll just start smacking you. You see him right there. And there we go. Now, this part right here, there's two really tough enemies. I honestly don't recommend trying to fight them. Don't try to fight them at all because they'll take you out. They're tough. So I'm going to show you a way to cheese them or sneak. It's not really cheese because, you know, they give you this to use. And I'll show you how good these work. And we were talking about them earlier, and they're called Gatchin Sugars. But these work extremely well, and you can stay hidden like right in front of people in a lot of cases. So pop one. Now we're gonna crouch down. You're gonna go all the way to the right here, and you can see him walking up the stairs now. There's two of them here, but we're gonna stay hugging this wall, come up around behind him, take him out. Now you see the other one right there. He's not alerted to our presence yet. So we're gonna go right here, lock onto him, and now run over. Bam. Took both of them out. We get a bulging coin purse for it, which gives us 1,000 coins, and we got 156 experience for killing both of them. And as you've seen, it's pretty easy. It only costs us a Gatchin Sugar. You could try to take them on, but like I said, I honestly don't recommend. Those guys are pretty tough enemies, and this early in the game, they'll take you down. And it's been a while since we've had a sculptor's idol, so we don't want to have to come all the way back to here just to try it again. Okay, run down here, and now we're gonna go to the next part of this level. And here's our sculptor's idol. Now we don't need to rest or anything, but if you need to rest here, then obviously go ahead and rest. Now here's another fork in the road. We can either go back and fight the ogre, or we can go forward and we're gonna fight who's known as the Drunkard. And in my opinion, the ogre, it isn't extremely hard to beat, but he is a little tough. But the Drunkard is also tough. But there's a way that we can beat the Drunkard to make him a lot easier, and we'll get a prayer bead from him, and then we'll find another prayer bead, and then that's going to allow us to upgrade our health before we go fight the ogre, because we're not going to fight the main boss in this area yet. So I'll show you the best way to get through this with as least friction as possible. Run up here, come out. Now crouch down and go over here behind this boulder. As you see, there's 5 more guys right there, and then there's also 2 more guys that are inside the house. If you alert these guys, those 5 guys will come at you, and the 2 guys in the house, and it can overwhelm you. So just stay behind this boulder for now. We're gonna go after once again, the guy with the big club, or the big axe, I should say. But before you come out, make sure both their backs are turned. Okay, the arrow guy's seen us, but the other 2 guys haven't. So we'll let the arrow guy fire his way around. We'll let them look around for a second. We could run over there and just take them all 3 on, and I don't think it would be too tough, but I'm gonna try to show you a way to do it that's a lot easier. And we'll see the arrow guy's gonna come down here, and he's gonna start like looking for us. Once he gets a little bit closer and we see the guy on the top there with his torch, once he faces away from us, we can go take the arrow guy out without being seen. Now crouch down. And this is the main one you want to take out, because he's the one that's going to alert the guys inside. And there we go. And we'll be able to go in here and take out these two guys inside. Here's one right here. Hug this wall. Come down. Peek over. Press the attack button. And we get our first divine confetti, which are pretty important, especially dealing with a certain type of enemy that we'll meet. Now the other guy's right behind this door. The best way to deal with him is just start attacking. And there we go. Now, here is the Drunkard. And this is the issue. Is that if we look up there, we can see he has 5 or 6 enemies up there, maybe 5. Plus, there's going to be the Drunkard. So you're going to have a couple guys shooting arrows at you, a couple enemies trying to attack you, and the big Drunkard. And you can see like the big sword in the middle of the door. He's kind of sitting there, big old dude. And it can get overwhelming. But you can see there to my, let's see if I can line it up, right above my head to the left a little bit, there's a guy in green. He's gonna help us in this fight. And he does come in handy, but we're gonna do it the smart way. Let's go around this way. Okay, let's go in here. Take him out. We don't have to worry about them alerting the guys over by the Drunkard. They're not tied together, so him alerting doesn't do anything. But grab this, my coin purse. Now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna switch this for our flame vent. We're also gonna equip some oil, and I'm gonna show you a good way to beat the Drunkard, a safe way to beat the Drunkard without having to just fight all of these guys and the Drunkard. If you come right here, all right, so there's 2 ways essentially you can go about this fight. One way is you could go over there, talk to the guy I showed you in the green, and just go in and fight all 6 of these guys along with the Drunkard. I'm gonna show you the easiest way to fight him and the way that it would be best for you to try to beat him. If you wanna go in all kamikaze, then more power to you, but it's gonna be a lot harder. And this way is not like 100% foolproof. You're still gonna have to work for it, but it is a lot easier. So first thing you want to do is just start walking this way towards the Drunkard. You can see him right above the boulder. We'll start walking right towards him. Just take our time. You'll see the little indicator pop up over his head. All right, now he's seen us, but we didn't alert the 6 other guys, which is what is extremely important. Now you want to let him come on down here. He's gonna get him a little drink. Poison his blade. Let him come down here to you and get down here close to this boulder I'm standing up against. Okay, come on. All right, now run over here. And we're gonna duck down behind this boulder. Wait for his name to disappear. All right, now run back. Okay, now we can get a free death blow on him. Draw him out into this water. All right. Now that we got him here, run over here and talk to this guy. Real quick, run through his dialogue. All right, now go back. Now we got him. Set him on fire again. Back off. Gonna let that guy fight him. Set him on fire again. And we got it. And our guy died in the process, but it's not necessary to really keep him alive. Since we're poisoned, we're gonna use this antidote. But as you've seen, I mean, we took him down relatively easily. We had that guy to help us, and that's the easiest way to do this fight. Get you some oil, which we got from killing the enemies along the way. We soak him down, hit him with the flame, and set him on fire, and just keep. And that's one of the few guys that we actually take his health all the way down. But anyway, follow this path right here. Whoops, that's not what I want. Like I said, I changed the controls on this, and I got to get used to it. Okay. So we're gonna take this guy out first, and the reason I switched to the axe is because we got another shield guy standing right over there. So come down here, take him out next. Take out the axe guy, take out the bow and arrow guy, take out this guy. Now we got one guy left to fight. And there we go. Pretty easy. Now we'll come in here. There's gonna be two guys right there. Take him out. Take him out. Pick this up. And now we're gonna use this secret passage right here. If you hug the wall right up against this, they call it a shinobi door. And we're gonna pick up a few things, including our fourth prayer bead. And now we can get our health just a little bit bigger. It doesn't give you a whole lot, but it does. It adds up over a little while. You start seeing your health bar get a little chunky after a minute. Run in here, pick up pellet over here, pick up dousing powder, and gonna go over here, pick this up real quick. Now we're gonna talk to her.
フクロウのせがれか。わしは恐ろしきものを見た。湧き出てくるのじゃ。次から次へと。止め殿、止め殿。若様、若様がお屋敷の奥に。わしのせがれが。伊之助が向かったゆえ無事と思うが、はぐれ忍びよ、念のためじゃ。お主も若様をお救いに行っておくれ。
Now, if you was observant, when we got the bell, we got it from an old lady, and then her son was there talking to us. We'll go ahead and do this real quick. Yes. Okay. Now, that old lady was the old lady that gave us the bell. And if we talk to him...
そなた、若様のこの先へ行くのはやめておけ。
恐ろしき現実よ。種ならしがなければ破れぬぞ。これをわずかだがそなたに託そう。種ならしがなければ森役の務めと勇んでみたが、このざまよ。平田は姉妹じゃ。母だけでも逃がさねば。
And we can see that his eyes are kind of burnt or something, bloodied up. And then when we seen him in the Sheena outskirts, he had a bandage over his eyes. So it was, and he said he recognized our voice, and that was how, because this is 3 years ago. We're living in memory, but doing it in real time. And so that's how we find out how they was tied to the Hirata Estate. Okay, so now here is another split in the road. The boss is right this way. You go this way. Shift the floor, and then you'll go down and use the hidden temple key that our father gave us. I would recommend not fighting her right now. She's a pretty tough boss, and it's going to be like one of your first like real tests. So I would recommend not fighting her. So what I would say to do is to go back, and we're gonna fight the ogre now. So we'll travel. We're gonna go first back to the dilapidated temple, because where that purple guy was, where the 3-story pagoda was, we picked up another shinobi prosthetic tool, and we'll go ahead and use it. And also we got a gourd seed we can give Emma. And this is the Mist Raven. It's pretty cool. It allows you to kind of like dodge attacks or dodge through stuff by like basically disappearing and coming back with feather. It like feathers. It's kind of why they call it the Mist Raven. Okay, let's give her. Oh, I don't have any gourd seeds. I thought I did have a gourd seed. Huh. I could have swore I had a gourd seed, but I guess not. Maybe that was I don't know. I had to quit and come back, so you'll have to excuse me on that. Okay. So let's go back to the stairway. And before we head forward, let's go down here and talk to this guy.
旦那、待ってましたぜ。いただいた銭を元手に品を仕入れやした。さあ、買っていってください。
Okay, now this, remember earlier when I was talking about the offering box that is back at the dilapidated temple? This is one of the things that'll end up in that offering box if you don't buy it from him before you can't buy anything else from him. Okay, and we can also expand his inventory, which we'll do throughout the game. But since we have quite a bit of gold, and I don't want to lose it just in case, because this ogre is really easy to die. You can really easily die to him. Because...
ところで旦那、聞いてください。あっしはね、商いをもっと大きくしたいと考えてやす。このアシナはいつ滅びるかもわからねえ。いわば沈みかけた船だ。つまり成り上がる好機じゃねえかと思うんでさ。そこで一つ頼みがありやす。
なんだ。
アシナの侍どもが今欲しがっているものは何か探ってきちゃくれやせんか。そいつが分かればアシナの侍どもと取引ができやす。旦那は忍びだ。敵方から情報を仕入れるいい耳をお持ちのはず。ぜひお願いしやす。
Alright, so he gives us our first kind of like little side quest with him, and that's to allow us to expand his inventory by finding out some information. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this episode, and we'll get to the next episode. We'll begin with the ogre, and we'll move through the rest of Ashina outskirts into the Ashina castle. So appreciate you watching. If you want to see part 3, make sure you subscribe, check below, check playlists, check the channel out, and I'll make sure to try to link it if I can. But take it easy.